Welcome to another episode of the Presidential Executive Podcast, episode 19, y'all. What's up? It's your boy JB, my boy Rag over here.
What it do?
Made it through, man. Made it through the storm. Made it back, man. Feeling good?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling great?
Glad to be here. Glad to be around.
Let's go. Let's do the thing. Like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff.
Follow.
Follow, please.
Got anybody you want to shout out? Any businesses you want to give a plug to? Shout out to.
I want to say this. We got a potential ad coming soon, y'all. I think 808 Clothing, 808 Shop. We should be getting the shirts here soon. We'll get y'all more information. We should be having our own personal code so you can get 10 or 15% off. I believe that code is going to be Prez. We'll let y'all know for sure exactly when that happens, hopefully within the next week or two. But things are moving.
Hey, you know what? I take sponsorship, you know what I'm saying? And it's also we're supporting black business. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's not just giving us stuff to rock, was purchase made.
We made.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the benefit that we get is we get to add a sponsor to us, and again, we're helping you all out because again, and we'll give you all more information as that comes, but when you use your promo code, you will receive a discount on purchase. And like I said, as we have more information, we'll give you that as we get it. So y'all stay tuned. Shout out to 808 Clothing. And anybody else we've shouted out, before, my guys Rated R, No Comment, DAP, Lexi's Kitchen, Cup of Key.
Holla at your boys.
Man, holla at us. Look, you know what I'm saying? And I'm shouting y'all out because we mess with y'all for real.
We got a table right here. So if you got some food you want to put up, we can eat while we talk.
Exactly. You see what I be doing. So, I mean, we can frequent your, if you specialize in the beverages, we plug you too.
Exactly. We have a table. We put your spread in there. We'll eat it. Give live reviews, if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you want us to keep it 100, and do it like that. Like, we here for you all and vice versa. So, continue to do that, man. So, let's go ahead and get into it, Rag.
Oh, yeah. So, you asked me about the topic, and I was just wondering, because, I have a lot of different conversations, and I was just thinking, man, and this may be kind of difficult for you, because we're in different situations. But I was thinking, man, what was your worst relationship or your worst breakup? You know what I'm saying? Or both. It might have been in the same. You know what I'm saying? So
they usually come together.
Yeah, that's true.
They usually come in pairs. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, breakup, honestly, in most situations I was in, I was the culprit. So I had, you know what I'm saying? It was my fault. But
so you pulled the mic off of Why Did I Get Married?
I did. I won a time or two. You know what I'm saying? But
horrible.
That's before I got transformed. You know what
I
mean?
You hit it with the checkmate afterwards.
Yes. So, one of the things the worst breakup. I'm gonna let you go because I had to marinate really on that. I got to really marinate on that to kind of see where we gonna go. I need to see.
I can go worst date.
See how low you gonna go.
I can go worst relationship. I can go worst breakup. I would say for me, and again and this is the crazy thing when I've been the culprit. Usually I wasn't the one that got dumped. You know what I'm saying? I still did the breaking up, even though I was, I was trying to blow the situation up myself.
Right.
And then there's been some times, and it's the times where I was almost 100% perfect was the times it's what happened? What did I do wrong?
Right.
I would say for me, because again, generally, I don't have anybody that I'm not talking to, I'm not with, that I really even care how it ended.
Right.
Like I have had some that was crazy, I would say. my longest relationship, and still got love for her,
Right.
and no hatred or anything
Right.
like that.
Right.
But
Right.
it was just to a point where it was like, for me, it got bad because I'm just supposed to be happy because you're allowing me to date you. Essentially, like that was kind of the way it was put.
Right.
And so, like, I put it like, okay, so I'm supposed to be happy. Like, you put it on the front end. I can't touch you till we get married. Cool. I'm gonna
Right.
respect that.
Man of
You know what I'm
God and
saying?
everything
Like,
God over
so
here. Mm-hmm.
because I love you and I love you so much.
Right.
Cool. Whatever. That's what you want to do, baby. I got you.
Yeah.
So it's like I should be happy that I get to go to work, to spend my money on you, to do always what you want to do, never what I want to do. To always go eat where you want to eat, never where I want to go eat. So I should be happy that I work to spend my money on you. I should be happy that I get to talk to you about stuff that only you want to talk about.
Is that her was that
No,
her
that was
attitude?
the way her attitude was.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like I told her, I said, I don't have to think of what it takes to keep you because I'm doing everything it takes to keep you.
Yeah.
I said, but I'm ready to go.
Mm.
I don't want to be here no more. Like, I love you, but I don't like you
Mm.
at all. And see, a lot of women
Yeah.
don't understand that for us, for your man, it's more important that he likes you.
That's true.
And this is why. Because with us, men, we love anything that we're invested in and we spend time with. So the more, just like we got homeboys that we still look out for, even though we may not kick it with them.
Right.
They're in a jam. We'll go pick them up from work.
Right.
We'll go drop them off somewhere.
Yeah.
If we see they finna have a kid or something, we'll go get them some diet because we love them.
Right.
I'm not gonna hang out with you because I don't really like you that much.
Right.
Because of the love I got for you as my homeboy,
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because we got time in.
Right.
The same thing with relationships. If I spend enough time with you, I love you. But now me wanting to be around you, me being fond of you, me enjoying being around you and looking forward to being around you, that ain't love, that's like.
Right.
And so women want us to feel emotionally the way they feel.
Right.
But we don't operate that same way. And we talked about this about in the podcast episode, I believe it was episode like 3 or 4. Where we was talking about rewarding your man, like how do you reward your man?
Right.
We're wired differently.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, okay, I don't like you. I'm ready to leave. How you gonna keep me? We already established like sex ain't gonna do it. We already established that's off the table. So how you gonna keep me? You don't eat what I like to eat. You don't ever make any type of concessions. Like every time we go out, I don't ask you to pay because I'm old school. Like if we go somewhere, like I got it.
Yeah.
But now if you treating cool, but like say for my birthday, like when have you ever volunteered? Just even so I can turn you down. Like when have you ever said, "Baby, I got it"? I'm like, "Nah, baby, I got it."
Yeah.
You never off. I come over your house. You don't never. I come over. You ain't never got no meal prepared. And this time you done hurry up and ate before I got over there. Right. So you ain't have to cook.
And it's about the offer. It's not necessarily that you want
somebody
to do it, but it's like, oh, bet she thinking that she at least is willing to do it, but she probably knows that I'm gonna be like, nah, I got you. But it's the thought be like, okay, you on another level now to where you just not willing just to let me spend everything, which I don't care about doing that, but at least
just to know that you got me.
Right. To be like, baby, like, I got you tonight. What's the bill? $100? I say, nah, baby, I got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just the thought that counts, as they say. So, yeah, like, I mean, since you kind of brought that up, like, my worst, I used to date a lady with kids. She had three little ones. 3 little ones.
I know this story well.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, we dated 3 years, and you know what I'm saying? It was really into it and family and all that. Even brought her to the church a time or two in Memphis when I came in town when I was living in Nashville and stuff. And that was probably my hardest breakup period, just because I had love for her, I loved her, and I did all that. But the situation was less than I did not. I'm 25, mind you. People that don't know, at this time, I think I was 25. I was about 25. 25, fresh out of college, not a care in the world, few bills here and there. I got a woman, I got a lady. She's 5 years older than me. Got 3 kids. At the time, I think the kids was 9, 7, and 5. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I'm saying? Like you get into it to a certain degree, and then it's like you wake up. I woke up literally one day. It was like I don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like not even about her. It's just like because when you in this situation, when you committed, like when and if you marry her, those are your kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay. These are my stepkids.
Right.
Like these are mine. You know what I'm saying? So I woke up one day, dog, just like I don't think I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So you just imagine you 2 or 3 years in it, and you come up to this epiphany or this revelation. Mind you, she had a mom that told her this a while ago. He's a young man. He gonna leave you. You know, he ain't really
Mom
serious.
tried to give it a game.
Right, she gave it a game. And so I was like, he gonna leave you. Eventually he a young man. He got other stuff going for him. He ain't got no kids. He ain't got a care in the world. And, and I kept telling her like, baby, I love you. I want da-da-da-da. So you can just imagine, you know what I'm saying? I try to be a good dude. How my mind felt, how my heart felt during this period because I'm thinking about all this stuff.
So in that situation, was it her or was it the fact that you weren't ready to be a father yet? Because right now, like you got more kids than what you had.
I do.
Then
I do.
And
Both.
Probably, if it wasn't for contraceptives, you probably have some more.
Yes.
Because y'all
right now
definitely fruitful and multiplying.
Yes. If it wasn't for the procedure,
man, we ain't plugging no surgeries.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for that, like she would probably be having a baby here in a couple months. Honestly,
because I ain't gonna lie, like
I ain't gonna lie.
If I could control when it was happening, I'm trying to have about 7 of them Johns.
7.
Man.
Look,
I'm like,
you probably end up with 5. You say 7.
Bing, bing, bing. I'm trying to.
Hey, you probably look.
What's that movie? Happy Gilmore, man. I'm trying to be Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin.
Right.
Yeah, it was like I did not want to be. It just hit me, dog. I'm just like I'm 25. Like you dealing with certain stuff, and like I don't want to put up with this. Like I felt I had to. Like I come from like my pops. Like I felt I guess called. I guess because my pops, my oldest brother, and my next oldest brother, is not biologically my dad's children.
How old was they when him and your mom got married?
Rodney was 12. Tommy was like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And of course they had a history before.
Right.
Like with high school, right?
Yeah. So that whole thing, like, and I felt like, okay, my pops went through this situation kind of with a mixed blended family. Like, I'm built for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to do this. This is just me thinking.
And if it wasn't for their last names, like I wouldn't have never known that they wouldn't.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, because they act like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we slick look alike.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Tommy, Rodney, all the
y'all
folks.
favor each other.
So,
and then they matter of fact, all of y'all ball like too. So it's like that could be
right.
You know what I'm saying? Got kind of a similar build and everything.
God set that up perfectly.
Like they said, you feed them long enough, they start to look like.
Man, God set that up perfectly. So this is just in my mind. I wanted to. I thought this was my lot in life. You know what I'm saying? My pops with a blended family, like the girl I was with, a wonderful woman. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, all that stuff. And but I was like
you've said her names, like I can hear her name, and we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't want to say the name.
But cause when I was talking about my sister, like
yeah, I do. And I was thinking like we gonna say names,
but
like,
we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that because it's not a hatred thing.
It's not.
I want to see her win. She's not was. She is a good woman.
That's good.
It's just sometimes you have to recognize.
Yeah.
And at the time it hurts, but like you had to because I would much rather us leave in the situation and like whether it's 5 years, 10 years, you see me, it's like, oh hey, how you doing? As opposed to us forcing the situation.
Right.
And then you have kids with somebody, you end up leaving each other, you end up divorces are messy.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want that. You don't want to be in a position where y'all are unhappy, so y'all start doing passive aggressive stuff to hurt each other.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm sorry I cut you off. So you
Man.
said you was with a good woman then.
Yeah.
Continue.
She was a good woman, and I was in it to win it. Like I said, I was on a road to pick the kids up from the school. You know what I'm saying? You know how only certain people can pick up people. I was on that list. To pick the kids up from the school and do all that stuff. Mind you, I'm 25. Like I'm fresh out of college, went to TSU, mind you. You know what I'm saying? History there, and so got options. Had options. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, look.
Shout out to TSU.
Shout out to TSU. 27-1.
Legendary.
Yeah. So, but I was like, dog. I got up and was like, I don't want to do this. And then prayed about it. Was really like, am I tripping? Am I being selfish? Had those moments and stuff. And honestly, I really wanted my parents to tell me what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to put it on them. You know what I'm saying? Because at least I could be like, you know what I'm saying,
well,
mom and pops.
I got some advice, and they told me.
Right. But mom and dad were so smart. They were like, nah, son, you gotta
figure it out.
You gotta take care of this on your own. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of it, you know what I'm saying? At the point in time, I was here from Nashville to Memphis, had my little legal situation, went to jail, had to come back here, had all the legal fees, license suspended, did all that stuff. Came back here. She was willing to move to Memphis. She was actually looking at schools to put the kids like in White Station, good little school system, stuff like that. And so I was like, man, she for real, And I haven't even told her yet how I was feeling, and so,
Oh nigga, if she like, so you could be a good dude, but it was some matazing going on.
Yeah, like
you had a matazed.
Like
because it don't matter how good you like. A lot of women don't want to relocate. Nigga, you had a digmatized. It's cool.
I did.
It's cool. It happens.
It's life.
It happened because if she say she ain't relocating, then you already know you ain't doing nothing.
She was willing to
check
relocate.
your stroke game out. If she ain't willing to relocate, then you gotta read some books or something. She
was willing to relocate, and the fact she wanted more kids.
Proud of you, my guy. Good job.
Yeah, she wanted.
Salute.
She wanted more kids. So
but that's in the theme song.
It is. I'm gonna make sure I put a salute in the little.
Yeah, when the little edit part of the video, it's gonna salute.
But you know what I'm saying? It was like I said, that was rough in it by itself. That was probably I would say still the toughest thing I had to do, just because I had love for her, but I knew I didn't want to be in that situation. We had everything. Like she entwined with my mom, my dad. She knew my sister. She knew all my boys. Brian and McDade.
I was gonna say I think I met her that time we came up there.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? And we because at this point Stewart had transferred to MTSU, but I think me, him, and E came up there.
Yeah, you met
somebody was graduating, and we came up there.
Yeah,
and then that's when we met her then.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Well, I think Stewart might already know her, but me and E met her then. We came up there.
I mean, entwined, dog. Like my homeboys' girls was cool with her. Like you know how that go. You with your homeboys, and then they got girls, and then they all entwined and cool, and it was just like that. But it was just like, dog, I was going through stuff myself. I was being enlightened, you know what I'm saying, transformation wise, biblically, spiritually, and all that stuff. And I just woke up just like, and the Lord literally like told me like, it's your choice, son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, in that situation, because I believe it's like you're going to have to, good or bad, if you make the decision, you're gonna have to eat it. You're gonna have to own it.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna be with you, but it's certain things you're not gonna go through if you say no.
Right.
But on the flip side, it's some advantages if you say yeah, but it's certain stuff you're gonna have to go through if you say yeah. So,
And so that was the thing. It was like,
mm-hmm.
honestly, I tell anybody, like, if that would have been the woman I would have chose, I think my life would have been okay. I think it would have been okay. I think it would have been fine. But what do you want? So that was the
Mm-hmm.
question with me. What do I want? Do I want,
Yeah, man, your kids will be almost
bruh?
grown now.
They grown
Yeah.
now. They literally grown now.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it all. I'm just like, do I want to
I don't know, bro.
be in this situation now? And my thing is too, if I did choose to be in a situation, I always wanted my own biological kids. You know what I'm saying? So we were gonna have some kids regardless. So I'm just like, do I want the 3
Oh yeah, because if you would have had the same
plus?
fold, then you'd have
Oh my
7.
goodness!
Cash money is an army, better
Oh
get a
my
navy.
goodness! So I'm looking
Shout
at
out to BG throwback.
I'm looking at it all, bruh. And so when I had to break that news, dog, like I'm like,
So
what?
did you call her? Did you text her? Did you see her face to face or what?
I told her face to face when
Okay.
last time I went to the Ville.
Okay.
I told her to the face. I hope she can vouch for me for that. I believe I told her to her face.
It's
But
I do face, but it's
that was
it's
rough.
one I did through a text message, but we weren't together. We were just dating. But it got to where I could not stand. Like I would avoid talking to this chick at all possible. And again, no hate.
Yeah.
But it was like, and this goes back to our therapy thing because you're going to therapy, like our conversations turn like you're trying to be my therapist. Just so when you did that, how did that make you feel? And I'm like,
wow.
you're giving
Wow.
me a whole thing. I'm like, what?
Right.
We're not even having a conversation. You're trying to diagnose me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I tell you something happened, it's like, so, do you feel like did this happen or you're this way? When like we're not even having a conversation. Like you're trying to diagnose. I'm just telling you what happened.
Right.
Or why I don't deal with a certain person, or why I'm really cool with this,
Right.
and you're trying to prescribe me medication without being able to write the script.
Yeah.
So it got to where like I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I knew if I had have called her or tried to meet her face to face to say like, I think it's best that we go our separate ways, it would have turned into a whole therapy session.
Yeah.
So I just whap long text message like, hey, look,
Right.
I've enjoyed the time we've been dating and normally that ain't my move.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like
Probably the best thing for the time.
because I didn't want to because you get me to a point where I say something to make you mad just so you can shoot me down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I've sent a text message to him. But normally I prefer to actually look the person in their face, not because.
But that's tough though, man. Like sometimes like the face thing. Like
I think once you get going, it's all right. I think the initial I just wanted to.
That's tough, dog. Because even in that situation I was just presenting, the situation I was in, if I tell her what I'm saying, she already gonna think I'm BS. I was full of, stuff the whole time we were together. Like she probably playing that stuff in the head of stuff her mama done told her. The stuff maybe her friends done told. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was tough. Like I get when people want to send a text message because maybe at that point in time, like it's hard to confront that. You know what I'm saying? Face to face, just because you may not have the words in person, but through a text, you can probably say more of what you kind of feeling without looking in their face, seeing a tear in their eye, seeing bitterness, hate, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was, like I said, bro, this is probably the toughest thing I definitely had to do. But at the end of the day, I'm blessed. I love the life I have, my kids, wife, and all that stuff. But it was rough to go through that period because, you know what I'm saying, she was a real solid person. You know what I'm saying? And so you just like you never want to, turn somebody or make somebody feel that they wasn't wanted or ever was desired in their life, but it was just like, dog, like if you got a choice, like for me, I put it one. If I had this choice over here to where I can start fresh,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I don't have to have, any baby mama, any baby daddy drama, no kids, and I can have my own. Like, what would I do?
Yeah.
And every time I went down, it was like I would choose this.
I mean, like me, I've never cared anything about that. Like, cause to this day, like, it's chicks that I dated that like they kids still call me.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, just to ask for advice or
mm,
just to, like, hey, I got this going on. Do you mind coming to the school or doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's cool.
cause in some cases, I don't even talk to the mama no more. But like the kids are like, hey,
Mm.
we saw, and in some cases, I would have kept the kid, and you know what I'm saying.
Right,
But
right. That's
and,
cool.
and it's only been a couple of times I've ended a relationship because not that I had an issue with the children because children are children,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw that I was going to butt heads with how the children were being raised.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
and so
That's a
and
whole
so
other
my
thing.
thing is if I got to help raise you,
Yeah.
I got to feed you, I got to protect you,
Yeah.
I got to cover you, I got to pray for you.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no two ways in this space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if me and Mama disagree, that'll be a conversation we have in the
Mm-hmm.
room behind closed. Like, I will never undercut, even if I disagree with something you're doing with your child. I'll never disagree with you in front of the child.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that behind closed doors. But on the flip side, if you don't like something I said
Mm-hmm.
or the way I handled the situation, let us talk about it. And if I'm wrong, I know how to own my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And look, one of our boys they told me this at breath.
Yeah.
He said it. I ain't gonna say the name, but
Yeah.
he said this in the foyer at breath.
Oh, where?
He said, "Own your shit."
For
We
real?
at the church. I'm like, that was but you know what though?
Okay.
That got me straight though.
Right.
That was like, hey, you know what? That was real talk.
It hit you right.
And so, like I said, I tell you off camera who it was, but I'm like,
Right.
but to me that like, hey, I respect, man. That's real.
Right.
You ain't try to sugarcoat it.
Right.
You said it to where you knew it would hit me in the chest.
Right.
And man, I got you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't have a problem owning my shit. Like, if I say something wrong, I don't have a problem owning it.
Yeah.
We both been in situations with each other where we had to own, like, I handled this wrong. I said this wrong. I could do this better. I should have did this better. You was right.
Right. It's tough.
You know what I'm saying? But
For me,
we own it
I would say that it's
and
tough.
we
It's tough.
move on.
Right.
You know what? Even we talked about this before. Like, even we had our thing. You didn't come and say, "Shay, I'm sorry." You said, "I handled this situation wrong."
Yeah.
You didn't have to say you was sorry.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So we
That's
good.
Right.
We A1.
Right.
I don't need you. Oh, homie, I'm
so-
sorry.
right,
Forgive me.
right,
You just
right.
said, you know what, Shay? Some of the stuff you said, you was on point. I handled this situation wrong. So I want you to forgive me because I could have handled this. Man,
That's it.
say less.
That's it.
You ain't got to, oh, I'm so sorry and forgive
Right.
me. And then
Right. Yep.
it's times you can send something and I may say it a little more jokingly and be like, hey, you know what, man, you right. I got it. That's it. I ain't got to grovel on my knees and do all that. It's just own it.
Yeah.
And so I don't have a problem owning it. But when we're in front of the child and you're castrating me.
Yep.
So now that child is seeing like, okay, I can play you versus him.
Yep.
Or in some situations, you know what I'm saying? Like if I say something and the child know that what I said was right, it's like, oh, okay, well, all I gotta do is tell Roche. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be a conflict, between me and the mama because it's like, well, you know what, baby, like, why you doing it? The child. And so because we would do that as kids. Mama say no, we go try to ask dad like, hey, can I go outside? We tried it.
Right.
Yeah, that's just the nature of a child. I don't have a problem with kids being kids, but
Yeah.
if as a parent you're not strong enough, and I was in a situation, with, she was younger than me. You know, again, you know this person,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Yes,
And
sir.
man, love her to this day, but it's like you're looking at me to kind of raise you up.
Yeah.
And my thing was like, I need you to do and handle certain situations. I need to know that you can do and handle certain situations on your own, because if I'm not physically right there or in the space, I need to trust that you got stuff taken care of, and not that you waiting on me to get back home or to show up or to be around to make the right decision.
Yeah.
And when it got to where I felt like I'm not dating you, like I'm trying to raise you, then it's like, okay, we need to bag. And I'm not gonna lie that, and that was a hard, I guess, breakup. More so, I didn't have a problem saying what I said, but like in my mind, I was like, all right, look, you need to get some stuff together. I'm gonna back out. In her mind, we were still together,
Right.
and so she was more so hurt after the fact, because in my mind, I didn't bagged up, and I'm out here being a whole, doing hood rat stuff.
Being a hoe.
Yeah, and in her mind, like we're still
Right.
together.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like, okay, I said we need to bag up. We good. And so I remember when I actually did, it was like, no, we're not. You still been, it's been a couple of months. You still doing the same thing. Like, no, we done.
Right.
And I'll never forget, like it when we actually met up, and I remember I was driving off and she was still sitting in her car, and like I saw her like weeping, and that like hurt, because I wasn't trying to hurt her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the love was real, but it was just like, I don't want to be in a position where I love you too much to be doing you dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of me dogging you out, doing you dirty, having you get to where you like a lot of women that go through stuff and they're bitter and they make every dude they date pay for what somebody else did.
Yeah.
It's best that I leave you alone right now before you say you had to put up with a whole bunch of my stuff.
Right.
And that was what hurt, because I did not want to hurt her. The love was real. Loved her child. You know, did not care about, like, I was in a different position than you was, but like I was all like, me, like being in education and coaching. I love the kids.
Right.
I bring the babies. I love them.
I love the
You know what I'm saying? I want all, like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
But that's not the part of it as much as it is. It's like it can't be. We got to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So
You ever you had the with the men, you ever had the ugly cry when if a girl done broke up with you before? Like, it was, I had one time where a girl broke up with me. This was in college. Like,
it's funny because everybody I'm talking about, this person directly or indirectly. But I got one.
Yeah.
I tell you,
it was, this girl went to Austin P with my sister's college, and I went with her. We had a little thing going on or whatever. But like I said, at the end of the day, it was still my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brothers back in the day, my big brother Rodney, DJ Hot Rod. You know what I'm saying?
Big Rod.
I always had these sets at his house. The John, he used to live right up the street from us off near Coleman Elementary. He used to stay over there. He used to always had these sets. So I had this girl I was dating at Austin P one time. She came in town to Memphis to visit me, and we went over my brother's house kicking it. Brother had the DJ stuff going. At the time, we drinking, you know what I'm saying? Probably had a little loud, you know what I'm saying? Smoking it up a little, whatever. And she was there, and had another little girl that I knew that I, was fond of, that was at the party too. And my girl came in town to see me, but then this other girl here, so she had to go back to a hotel or whatever. And so she tried to call me or something. I didn't pick up, and she eventually found out I was with this other girl that was at my brother's party or whatever. So she ended up finding that out, and so she was mad and hot. And so But she played it cool. Just like, just you good, just don't, be better. Don't do it again or whatever. So a week later, she called and broke up with me. You know what I'm saying? Just like out of nowhere to me. Out of nowhere to me.
Wow, nah, yeah, she was done when she said be better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm
She
all.
was gonna catch you off guard.
She did, dog. I was crushed. Like I was in my mom. I was in my mom and daddy room, boo hooing, dog, on their bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I thought we were good. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we were straight. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
But y'all wasn't straight.
we wasn't straight. You know what I'm saying? But that messed me up at that time. But at the end of the day, it was my transgression. It was, I messed up. But it just hurt when they flipped that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then hit you with the haymaker. She may be planning that all along. You think? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, now I've only cried one time, and everybody got their one. So
for sure,
at least I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna say the name, but you know who it is. Yes. That's why I said you know.
Yes.
Because I want to say I think she went to
bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So like, and niggas was legit like jealous.
Yeah. I bet.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, they was trying to like. So anyway, this was like, man, high school. Like, man, we legit. And this how I knew it was like, I always thought we had a real relationship. And if most people say, oh, somebody I dated in high school, nothing. Yeah. But this how I knew it was real. Again, shout out to J Mac. I remember when I first had started working out in the gym or whatever, like I was working out and J Mac was one of the people that was always coming. So he comes in one day and he see me and he's like, Shay, he just grabbed me. I'm like, what's up? Why you hurt? He's like, man, you know what? And he said the name. I was like, yeah. He said, man, I met her. She was like, she worked at the, hospital or whatever.
Right.
And so she was like, you look familiar. Like, where do I know you from? It's like, so he started naming some places. And so when he said Breath of Life, she's like, oh yeah, I grew up at Breath of Life, whatever. And so she was like, oh, you know my ex-boyfriend. Now keep in mind, we at this point, like, it's been at least 12 years, 15 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been at it because, like I said, it was my junior year of high school. So, like, at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been years. Like, you can graduate high school, went to college, graduated. But you meet somebody and you still refer to me as your ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
So I like I said, I always thought the relationship was real, but I knew then, like, oh, okay, it was for real, for real. And again, like, I thought it, but I wouldn't have said it. But
I
was like, oh, okay, it's a mutual feeling. But I remember the day, and we talked.
Gonna spill it out.
We talked about this person because they got a club in Memphis.
Yep.
And it's her fault. The reason why the whole breakup happened because. Her homegirl was trying to holler at me, and I wasn't paying her homegirl no attention. But she just so happened to be standing behind, like kind of like where you at, but I had my back turned.
Right.
While old girl was trying to holler at me.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, like, nah, man, I got a girl, I'm straight. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I got somebody, I'm straight. So I turned around, and she just standing there and looked like she never addressed it or whatever. But I never forget. And I'm in high school. My junior year, I'm on punishment, of course. My whole junior year, senior year. In high
usual.
School, I was on punishment. Man, Pops wasn't playing.
Right.
They got the whole year. I missed prom and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on punishment the whole year because I was not going to go to class. Like, and I said, like, look, I'm working. You making me pay rent. So if I got to pay rent.
Right, you got to work.
I ain't going to class. Like, if I got to work, I ain't what I'm going to go to school for. You treat me like I'm grown. So grown people do what they want to do. So I ain't going to school. So, but I'm on punishment. It's like, well, I can't make you go to class, but you can't use my phone in the house. You can't go outside. But, like, y'all, you at work, you had to have, like, I'm on the phone.
Right.
So, I'll never forget. I'm on punishment. Now he would let me talk to, of course, he let me hit my kinfolk up. So, DJ could call me.
Yeah.
So, DJ calls me. And so when he called, like, my dad was like, oh, it's DJ. So, like, I could talk to this. Like, what's up? It's like, oh, you need to, hey, she hit me up. She said, have her, Shay called me. So I called, like, okay. So I sneak. So my dad think I'm on the phone with DJ. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so I call her, like, hey baby, what's up? She's like, I don't know how to tell you. So when she said I don't know how to tell you, it's like I already knew what it was.
Uh-oh.
Man, she broke up with me, and I'm like, what did I do, nigga? I hit the ugly cry. So like the whole time, nigga, I'm in the room. So like I'm just crying in my pillow, like I'm hurt.
Not in the pillow.
Nigga, I'm in my pillow. I'm hurt.
Pillow talk.
Nigga, I
You
didn't kick my
talking to
brothers
that
out the
pillow.
room. Nigga, I'm hurt. So like I decided, you know, man, what I cut the radio on for. So at the time, it wasn't 107. It was K97. It was 101
What song came on?
and somebody else, man, nigga. So tell me why I cut on one station. I wish I never met her. Come on, nigga. I just started crying some more, man. I just started. Ah! So I couldn't. Let me change it to 101 jams.
Carl Thomas, man.
Yeah, I cut it to 101 jams. Tell me why Donnell Jones, come on. Where I want to be.
Where?
I left my baby girl missing there. I'm like, ah!
That's it.
So nigga, I changed it to the one that I know just ain't no hip hop. It's just all soul, R&B or whatever.
Yeah.
Tell me why Jesse Powell, baby, it's you. Like, ah! Like, so I was like, you know what? Let me cut it on the white folks station. I don't know if you remember this song, but like this one come on love me, say that you love me.
Yep.
I'm like, ah, like nigga, every radio station I
Lord.
cut it on. Now I cut on a country station. It was like some like I think Garth Brooks' "Achy Breaky Heart" came on. Like nigga, I was like sick.
That's the worst, dog.
So like,
That's
you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if she remember.
That's crazy.
You know, but you got me one good time. I ain't gonna say your birthday because it's people who know me who know you.
Yep.
I ain't gonna say your birthday or your favorite color or your favorite team because it's people who know me who know you.
We know the team. I know the team.
Yeah, you know.
I know the team.
But
I know the team.
I'm just gonna like that was my one.
Yep.
Where I did the ugly cry.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's rough.
I mean, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That was your, you know, you have to be able. We were talking about this off camera, like you have to be able to talk about the things that you go through to look back and laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
You know, to see your naivete, to see your ignorance, to see when you were young and dumb and full of cum, as they say. Mm-hmm. Like you got to be able to see those things, and that's where growth comes from. Yeah. Mistakes that you made or didn't make, how to properly handle and evaluate situations. And so I don't have no problem. I was telling somebody this yesterday, but it was like it was a quote in Game of Thrones, and I don't know if you ever watched that show, but I forget which season it is, but one of the guys was telling them like you got to wear your shame like armor, because if you wear it, like people will try to use it as a weapon,
use it against you,
but if you wear it like it's armor, can't nobody hurt you with it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so like I think, and this goes back to what we were talking about on the last episode, like the reason that a lot of therapy is needed is because when we go through traumatic things, we don't ever talk about them. Yeah. We put them in our pocket and we hold them. And two things happen when you do that. One, it's like we forget about it until we go through something similar. And then we wild out and nobody knows, or we don't even know. Right. It's like, why am I doing it? But it's like, oh, I never dealt with not having a dad. I never dealt with this person breaking my heart. I never dealt with being raped or molested. I never dealt with getting kicked out of school. I never dealt with being told I was ugly or not being able to pass. Like, you know, you see what I'm saying? And so when I react crazy, it's like, and I forgot because I just buried it, but it really wasn't buried. It's just going to manifest in something else. Yeah. The other thing is like sometimes it turns into a cancer and it'll slowly destroy us. So it's just like if we got a beef about something, like if I owe you money and you don't never say nothing. Well, it's just steady building. So next time, like if you see me buy something or I ask you, hey, you got this, and again, it may not even be like I need it, but like we at the gas station or something. But I'd be like, hey, grab me a Snickers while you grab me a Red Bull.
Right.
And then you just blow up.
Right.
But it's because it's just been building. And it's just like, you know how people used to joke about disgruntled postal workers back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, nobody shows up at work and decides they're going to kill everybody or kill a customer or something like that.
Yeah.
That stuff been building.
Yeah.
You've been shorting my check. You've been talking to me disrespectfully.
Yeah.
You've been overworking me and not paying me. You've been neglecting me. You see what I'm saying? Or you let this person get away with it, but you want to write me up. And it's just steady. It's turned into a cancer. So one day when I snap, and you're like, oh, we didn't know. No, I never was able to talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just steady building until when it does come up again, because it will, then you blow up. And so that's why it's not healthy when you have an issue. So you may not be able to talk about it that second.
Keeps up. Yeah.
But at some point, y'all need to be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so even with us talking about this, I think a lot of times we repeat the same mistakes in relationships because, and this to anybody, you married, engaged, got a boo, significant other, friendship, situationship. And one of our homeboys told me this. If you can talk to your significant other about your previous relationships, that's how you know you found your one.
Yeah.
Because if somebody can sit up and listen to hear you talk about previous relationships and people you dealt with, then you know you got you one, because that means that they looking at you in a certain way. So it don't matter what you've been through. You can be open and honest with them about that.
And to me, it's all of the details. Like, to me, if you talk to somebody about your past relationships, I guess on the surface, but I think where it can kind of get grainy sometimes is when you can ask for too much information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where now, okay, well, how many times you had sex? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to stuff like that,
yeah,
you can ask, but then whatever answer that you give, it ain't gonna be good.
So like I would
it ain't gonna be good.
I will never tell a woman
Nope.
No, how many people that I've been with sexually.
Yep. It's a mistake. I've tried it like a couple times. Like,
so when somebody asks, my answer is always the same. I've been with enough people to know what I'm doing, but not as many people as you think. And that's it. That's where I leave it at.
Right.
That's where I leave it at. Because when I tell them, like, I give you 3 guesses. So they guess wrong every time. I'm like, nope. How many people? At least 3.
Yeah.
Definitely at least 3.
At least 3, yeah.
It's like, okay, well, no. So you had a child, and then you was married, but it wasn't with your baby mama, and then you was with this person for this time. So at least 3. At least 3. At least 3.
Right.
I would never give nobody a number, because now once that happens,
yeah,
you develop a sense of intimidation.
Yeah.
You start trying to compare yourself to other people. So fellas, I don't care what she tells you.
Don't do it.
Do not tell her how many people that you've been with. Also,
set up.
Don't ever ask her how many people she been with, because evidently if she keep coming back to you, you're doing something right. So don't even worry about who ain't around or whatever, because it's good enough to get by. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Those are unproductive conversations that I think we both experienced them. Like, I've been, well, you know, the young lady I was with before.
Do you believe in the multiplication by 3?
To a degree. Well, you talking on the man side or woman side?
No, the woman side. Whatever number they tell you, multiply it by 3.
Well, I do it by 2.
Number. Oh, you do 2.
I do 2. I do it by 2. But yeah,
that's kind of accurate though. Cause I had some women tell me like, "Oh, I only been with this many people the more we talk," and it's like, "Oh, you used to date him? Well, how long is that?" And it's like, "Oh, well, you said that." Oh, well, I ain't even count him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cause see, like with us, you know what I'm saying? Like if the tip went in, that count.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
that's a notch.
Especially that. But see, me, like, I don't even count it. But like, if I got, 3 to 5 strokes in, like, regardless
if you said that it hurt us, hey, that counts.
Yeah, 3 to 5. What about
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that counts, huh?
1 to 3.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, but once you get, like, if you get in, like, you get happy, you get in, like, you're young, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, that counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That if it happened multiple times,
Right.
it counts.
Right.
Like, you can't be with me 4 times and then say I don't count. Like,
yes.
Because one time, okay, you know what? I can see you not counting. One time, you had too much to drink. You was getting lifted. You forgot where you was at. Okay. Second time, that means you was trying to see, maybe I slawed you out the first time. You trying to give me a chance to redemption. But if you do it the third time, that means you liked it.
With the big John, it said redemptive.
Yeah, but look, it's like the song. What he say? If he say, if I hit it one time, if I hit it 2 times, if I hit it 3 times, I'm a wife. Like,
right.
If you do something 3 times, that means you like it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you cannot be with somebody 3 times and then be like, oh, that doesn't count. Like, if you go back the 3rd time, that means you like something, so that person counts.
Well, that's intentional.
But like, women a lot of times will try to say that person didn't count. But that's why you shouldn't ask.
Right.
Like, whatever you did, I don't want to know.
Just leave it alone.
It's none of my business. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
As long as she's proper and correct with you,
yeah,
that should be the only thing that matters. Like somebody's guy count or on the dude side girl count, like at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter as long as y'all have a rapport, have you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's different. Like every situation different. You know, them girls you may grew up with, you know what I'm saying, may been the whole of the neighborhood, the whole of the school, that everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Those could be a little bit different for a man to deal with in the mind, because you
right,
like,
yeah, you don't want to be.
You like, well, you done slept with Pookie and Ray Ray, and I was cool with them. We wasn't kind of homies, but I knew
right.
them.
Y'all know each other, right?
You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, for different strokes, different folks, and it can, you know, it can be different for every situation. But getting into those type of conversations can be just.
And when I say talk about your past relationships, what I mean is like, and not for a sake of comparison, but like, it's important for, if I have a significant other, it's important for her to know why I left certain, especially if I was the one doing the dumping.
Yeah.
Why I left certain situations. Because if you're going to be with me, you don't need to do or duplicate the same mistakes that somebody else did.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. It's important for her to talk about her situations, because if somebody hurt you, I don't want to do things that will trigger you a certain way. Because, you know, like with us, we get hyped up. Like sometimes we get loud. It don't mean we mad. We just, like, we could be sitting up here talking about sports and we'll get loud all the time. Like you talking about the Cowboys, I'm talking about the Niners.
Yeah.
The tone will go up. Nah, man. And somebody outside the room may think like, man, they finna fight. Nah, man, we sharing a drink.
Right.
It's just
what we do.
We're intense about the teams that we love, and so when you're talking about certain things, when you get hyped, you know, your tone changes. It doesn't mean I'm finna haul off and slap you, or choke you out, or cuss you out. I'm just, because I'm making my point, I'm getting animated. But if that triggers you, I need to know that so I can be watchful of my tone. Because I don't want you to feel intimidated or scared.
Right.
But if you're so scared to talk about, oh, that's my past, I don't want to talk about it. Well, how do I know when I'm doing something that you don't like?
Right.
How do I know when I'm triggering you or hurting you, or you know what I'm saying, or making you feel something that you went through?
Or if you bring up a particular circumstance to where you can see, okay, I feel this way because of X, Y, and Z. Like I don't like it if you get drunk, you know, not just because you don't necessarily like it, but because of in my past, I had this situation on my uncle or whatever brother, you know, did such and such. And so now I feel a certain way. Like, okay, babe, cool. Bet at least you told me. Now I'm more mindful. But if you just tell me I don't want you to do that, it's like,
right, but what?
Right. Yeah. For sure. Okay. Bet.
And this will definitely be like we can make a whole season just off of stuff like this. So we're probably definitely going to revisit these type of conversations.
And probably need to bring a woman in to kind of bring
nobody that we mentioned indirectly today.
Yeah.
And if somebody who,
not that.
because I don't think that anybody that I used to deal with watches, but if you do,
possibly.
Again, if I was wrong, you know, we've already had that conversation. I'm not going to come back from 2 years, 5 years. Like, I've already acknowledged where I was wrong at.
Yeah.
I didn't say any names to protect the innocent and the guilty. You know, like I said, we had a good run. It's fun while it lasted. You know, hopefully, you know, you learned and grew from that. You know, and that you're better. I want to see you win. I want to see you shine. I want to see you living your best life and happy, healthy, rich, and pretty. Because I'm certainly doing the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, again, y'all, lovely. Episode 19, it's a wrap. Until next time, y'all, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Yes, sir.
Bow.
Salute.
Arrivederci.